What's up, everybody? So, to all of our, I think we have 32 followers now, subscribers now.
It's better than 0.
Hey, we're here with Zach. Say your last name?
Ngawaka.
It just sounds prettier when he says it, man. So,
We gotta get a close up because he claims that his eyes are to die for. And then he's the biggest guy in the gym.
it's true.
Saratoga
true.
Springs.
It's not until he says something. Because he's pretty skinny until that accent comes out. And then, man, he puts on like 20 pounds of muscle. It's crazy. Anyway, Zach Ngawaka. Keep watching. All right, Zach. Quick introduction for everybody.
Hey everyone, so I'm Zach Ngawaka. I was born and raised in Melbourne, Australia. My father is from New Zealand. He's Māori. My mom is Australian. I grew up playing basketball a lot. Actually played club basketball, played all through high school. Ended up coming to the States to play basketball. Played at a couple different JUCOs. I started at Snell College. Then I went on my mission to Southern California. After my mission, played at another couple schools. One of them was BYU Hawaii, and finished in Alaska. I got my degree in history and political science. And then after my bachelor's, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So I applied for law school at BYU, and I took the LSAT and got accepted, and actually got some scholarships as well. It also helped that I'm part Māori. And then did 3 years at law school, graduated, but decided about halfway through that law wasn't for me. So I actually got licensed to become a real estate agent. And so that's what I do now. I'm married and I have 2 little boys, and I buy and sell houses. So that's me.
Awesome. So, so we talked about kind of the background of what our videos are about and why we want to do sit downs with different people. And
He did.
what did he say?
Hey guys, this is Zach's wife.
This is the real magic behind the curtain.
This is Zach's beautiful wife, and so
This is Heather Ngawaka. Yes,
So-
I finished law school.
No, sorry. Yeah, you'd probably be in trouble after this, but whatever. So we talked about kind of some of the background. You know, one of the main things we want to try to do is, and what we picture in our minds is like Phil at 15 years old with zero concept as to what opportunities even look like outside of sports or outside of construction or whatever that is. And so,
well, we knew what the opportunities were, and they were football or construction, not knowing that there's other things, like law school, like becoming a realtor. Like, we don't know that. So tell us about that.
Yeah, well, actually, my story is kind of similar to you guys as well. My father worked in construction, doing shotcrete for swimming pools back in Australia. Family business, him, all my uncles, all my cousins. So that's what I grew up doing every school holiday growing up. That's also what I did as soon as I finished high school for about a year to save up for my mission. And my dad would kind of always say, like, son, you gotta study hard, or you gotta keep practicing your basketball because you don't want to end up doing what I'm doing. He did it for 35 years and never really enjoyed it, but it paid the bills. So I did study hard all through high school. I got pretty good grades, and I also did well in my basketball. So when it came time, I finished high school, worked, saved up for my mission, and then I came over to the States to play junior college. I did not play on a scholarship my first year. I walked on at Snell College. So the way that happened was I attended a BYU summer camp. My brother and I, we were just
basketball camp?
Basketball
After
camp.
high school?
Yeah, or during my last year of high school, maybe. We just came here on a family vacation, to visit Utah and a few other states.
So here's a quick, and I mean, you served a mission here in the States, so I think that kind of exposes, but I served a mission in a foreign country as well. So one of those, before we start recording, I talked to you about, like, within the last few years, I connected with people that kind of opened up my view as to different possibilities, I think different things that I was capable of doing or were within my reach. Coming here, right? Because Australia is not an underdeveloped country. So, I mean, what are one of the things that I want my kids to know, like, that they will know and understand, is that their future is anywhere in the world. Which for me, my future was West Valley, or it was playing sports or doing something else, or West Valley. That's really what it looked like. Obviously I wanted to get away from that. Just, again, I didn't know what that looked like. So just being exposed to the concept that your future really can be anywhere. So can you just a little bit more about what were some of the factors in the coming to Snow College, of all places, from Australia, and what, like, those pieces that lead up to that.
Yeah, because Snow College is nothing.
Yeah, right.
The Snow College. My brother went to Snow College, and now he's in Ivy League.
Well, I mean,
but
it's
what I'm saying,
nowhere.
how do you get from there?
How do I get from Melbourne, Australia, to Ephraim, Utah?
Well, one, how do you even get out of Melbourne?
Right.
It sounds so much prettier the way you say it.
Say it again.
Melbourne.
Say it again.
Melbourne.
Oh, I like it, man. But one, how do you get out of your, like, what your zone is, to even realize that, hey, I can absolutely, because I remember we had a barbecue at your house one time. We were talking about whether you guys are going to stay here or go there, and I feel like you have this. You're perfectly okay with, hey, I'll be successful here, where that's really scary, for everyone to, like, be able to leave and be able to do that in other places.
Right.
Sorry.
So the way it all kind of came together was, well, first of all, growing up as a little kid, it was always my dream to play college basketball. There's no college basketball in Australia. It's just club, and then you either make it to the pros or you don't. So I grew up watching BYU play on TV, and it was always my dream to play basketball at BYU. So I think when I was 18, my brother was 17, we came here on a little family vacation, came to Utah, visited Temple Square, and my mom enrolled us in a summer camp at BYU. Just a little, 3-day basketball camp with young kids. Anyway, I did really well at the camp. I got MVP of the camp. And then the coaches were talking to me after the camp ended. I asked them, do I have a shot of playing at BYU? They said, not right now, but let's try and get you into a junior college. So they're the ones that hooked me up with Snow College, because it's kind of a feeder school into BYU. So no scholarship though, because the coach at Snow didn't know me. I didn't have any footage or anything like that. I was coming from a different country. He hadn't seen me play in high school. So he said, you've got a spot on the team, but you got to walk on and pay your way. So for that first year, I had to pay my way. Every year of college since then, though, full ride scholarships. In California, in Hawaii, in Alaska, all my schooling paid for. I got married in between my year in California and Hawaii. So Heather came with me to Hawaii and Alaska. Everything paid for, accommodation, food, books, classes. So really, really blessed. But a couple things that helped me were, obviously I'd worked hard to get to that point in basketball, and also had good grades. So the coaches from the different schools liked that as well. So yeah, that's how I came to be in the States. And I met my beautiful wife here, and she's from Utah. She's a local girl, so we decided to put some roots down here after I finished my bachelor's. Ended up at BYU Law School, like I said, had some scholarships. So that was pretty much all paid for, except my last year, Heather stopped working, and so we lost that source of income because we had our first son. So that's when I got my license to do real estate. Didn't sell a single house in the first 6 months.
Okay, we talked about this too before. So you went to law school.
Went to law school.
You went to freaking law school.
What was
to
what
do
was
absolutely
the drive?
nothing with it. I mean, I don't want to drill that home, but
why
you went to
why law school, or why not like
Honestly, this is
why
the
law
reason.
school and then once law school and then you pretty much just
So this is how it happened. After I got done with my bachelor's, I had a degree in history and political science, right? Basically a reading, writing degree. That's all it is. I wasn't ready to enter the workforce. I had no idea what I wanted to do job-wise. So my thought was keep going to school, keep getting qualified, go to graduate school, make yourself more marketable. You'll figure it out as you go along. So it came down to two choices. I thought either take the LSAT and go to law school, or take the GMAT and go to business school. And honestly, the one factor that it boiled down to was the GMAT has math on it and the LSAT does not. And that's why I decided to take the LSAT, and that's how I ended up in law school.
There you go.
Once I was in law school, I didn't know if I wanted to be a lawyer, but I knew that it couldn't hurt to have a law degree under my belt. For anything.
Right.
And if I got into BYU, it's going to be so dirt cheap anyway that even if I don't end up being a lawyer at the end of it, I'm not going to have any regrets anyway. And then I had scholarships on top of that, so it's like I basically, graduated with a free law degree from a top 30 school. I had to take out a small loan my last year because Heather stopped working with our first baby. About 6 months into studying law, I realized this kind of sucks. It's not for me. I don't regret it because of the things that I learned. Great professors, great school, great education. But I realized that I didn't want to do the day-to-day stuff that lawyers do. It's not how it looks on the John Grisham movies. It's a lot of reading, writing, document review, sitting behind a computer, sitting at a desk, clocking hours. And I wanted to be out and about and mingling with people. So 6 months in, I realized this wasn't for me, but I'm not a quitter, and it's such a blessing to be studying at BYU Law, and I'm taking someone else's spot,
right.
So I'm going to finish it out. So halfway into my law school career, I was doing an internship at a large firm in Salt Lake City. One of the guys that worked in our office was actually a real estate broker. He was not a lawyer. He was just best friends with the leading partner, the partner at the law firm. So I got to talking with him. I asked him about his career, what he does, how many hours he spends, how much money he makes, how much time he has for his family. This guy had been doing real estate for about 8 to 10 years. He was making $500,000 a year, selling 50 houses a year. So that's a house every week. He's closing a new deal every week. And the guy was always dressed in casual clothes, flip-flops, always on vacation, always boating, always going to the lake, always going to Vegas, always going to Park City. And I'm like, dude, you have the job that I want. So we become fast friends. We start lifting together at the gym.
Of course.
That's how it always starts.
That's where it all starts. That's all where it all starts.
We start working out together. We become good friends. He tells me, go get your license.
Have we seen him at the gym?
No, this was at Lifetime Gym.
Oh, of course. There's $100 and something membership.
So he tells me, go get your license, finish your law degree, and you can hang your shingle with me. I'll show you the ropes. So that's what I did. After my second year of law school, that summer, I took the online courses. It's like 120 hours of online courses. It takes 3 weeks. Then I went and sat for the test. It's a multiple choice test. Anyone can do it. All you need to become a real estate agent is a high school diploma, and then the online course and the test. That's it. Costs about $2,000 total for all the licensing to become a member of the Realtor Association to have access to the MLS, the multiple listing service, and have everything that you need to be a successful real estate agent. $2,000 to get started. Some brokerages will pay for your licensing if you approach them first. My boss was a cool guy, but not that cool. So I fronted that money, got my license, went through my last year of law school. The plan was for me to start making money right away because Heather was gonna stop working with our first baby. I didn't make a single paycheck for the first 6 or 7 months. That whole time I was trying to establish myself, trying to get my name out there, trying to let friends and family know, hey, I'm a real estate agent now. I've got my license. I can help you buy or sell your home. First six or 7 months were a little rough. Heather's dad was on my case, telling me, you better provide for my daughter.
I need to eat.
A lot of people were telling me I was foolish because
it's
so there was something. So I
because I
don't
could have been
remember
a lawyer.
Yeah, dude.
Right.
So quick follow up. I'm sorry to keep yelling like that, but so I had to have follow up to the law school or the schooling part of it as well. But because everyone I know is a damn real estate agent.
Yeah.
And 9 out of 10 of those people I don't trust in my own life. And there's that. So I have a real estate agent. We sold our house through last year. I told you already, even though you're trying to poach me, which he may be moving. So he may be moving out of state. So, anyways, how have you? You don't have to answer this right now, but how have you been able to establish kind of a brand apart from
separate myself from
your
competition?
Name.
How have you been able to establish that brand?
Yeah, so couple things I do that are pretty unique. I take all my clients to dinner after we close on the home. Expensive dinner, wherever they want to go. Cheesecake Factory, Rodizio Grill, The Roof, Roots Chris. Honestly, wherever they want to go, I'll take them to dinner because that money's coming right out of the commission that I just earned from their business anyway. Right? So I wouldn't have that money if it weren't for my clients. So that's one thing I do. I help all my clients move. I'll spend a half day or a full day helping them load the truck, load the trailer, unload it, set up their furniture at their new place. That's something that I'm happy to do for all my clients. Also, something that I've just started doing right now for new build homes, new construction homes, is anyone who uses me to do a new construction home. That means like Edge homes, Ivory homes, flagship homes. Any new construction home, I will take $1,000 out of my commission after we close, and I'll just give that straight to my buyers. So I'll just put that straight in their pocket. One reason I do that is because new construction homes, a little bit easier. Usually the building company takes care of most of the paperwork and the process. And also I just see so many people just go directly to the builder and not use a buyer's agent to represent them. And I think that's a mistake. One, because the salesperson for the building company represents the builder. He or she does not represent the buyer. So
they don't care.
They do not have the buyer's best interest in mind. I do. So if I come in, I represent you as the buyer's agent. I can make sure everything goes smooth, that you're not being ripped off, that you have a voice during the buying process. And then I take $1,000 straight out of my commission and I just give that to you after we close. And I take you to dinner and I help you move. So those are a few of the perks that I offer that I think separate myself. I don't spend any money on marketing, whereas a lot of other agents do. I just put myself on Facebook and Instagram, post pictures of me having fun with my clients, eating dinner with my clients, helping my clients move. So I don't put any money into marketing. Instead, I take that money and I put it in my buyers' pockets, basically. And that's the way I think it should be done.
That's awesome. So I had a question going back to just scholarships, but I think we'll pass on that. What I am interested now is because I was going to ask you, just some key takeaways. So one, obviously, you explained some of the background behind what you went to school for, how you got to school, what you went to school for, how you got into law school, and then what the decisions the factors that helped you decide that, man, that wasn't your direction. What are, if you were to give like some takeaways or some principles that you use in your everyday business, what would some of those things be? And I think you listed off some of these, so maybe talk about some of the strategy behind those pieces. Because I see your Instagram post. In fact, I told my realtor about it. I was like, look, dude, and I'm dead serious. I went to lunch with him. I was like, look, homie, I love you, dude, and you want some help with it. I got a friend who's who does great. Dude's mad selling me right now too, and these are some little things that he does, and I think that are extremely effective. So can you talk just some of that strategy behind? Because I think those are transferable
for sure.
principles.
So one big takeaway I think is be a people person. I wouldn't have even stumbled into real estate had I not formed a friendship with this real estate broker that was working at the law firm that I was interning at. I didn't know what law school was going to bring, but I knew if I stuck with it, worked hard, it would open doors. And that happened to be through a friendship that was then nurtured through a gym partnership.
That's where it all starts, dude. That's where it all starts.
But the point is, talk to people, make friends with people. So much of your success really does depend on who you know.
I think a lot of it. I think majority of it. I mean,
sure.
Other than the work that you put in yourself,
yeah,
it's all about who you know.
And then, don't be cheap. If in my business, if I tried to scrimp and save every time on a deal, and not take my clients out to dinner, or not give this $1,000 giveaway on new build homes, I'd be saving in the short term, but by giving and putting people first, putting my clients first, I'm establishing something for the long term. I'm trying to build a real estate empire for the future. And another takeaway is, don't care about the naysayers. Don't care about what people think of you. I used to go ahead, Phil.
So quick, because I don't know if you're gonna touch on this or not, but I remember we were watching the fights at JR's house, and I asked you about that.
Right.
And you gave me an example of a close friend of yours.
Right.
As a piece of advice. So I don't know if you're going, but if
you
can't touch on that at some point.
Share that.
Yeah.
You said you brought it up.
Yeah. So that's what I'm going to talk about. So I had this conversation. I had a conversation with my buddy Mark Mulford one time. He was a personal trainer.
West Valley product as well?
Yes. We went to school together. We played basketball at Snow College together. So Mark at the time was a personal trainer, and he would literally post something every single day about one of his clients' progress, or I'm selling meal plans for this much, or I'll write you a tailor-made workout program for this much. And I asked him, bro, don't you ever feel like worried that you're annoying people, your posts are getting annoying and people are getting turned off or whatever? And he's like, bro, I got mouths to feed. I don't give a damn what people think about my posts. I'm trying to make money. I'm trying to build my business. I'm trying to feed my family. And if people have a problem with that or can't respect that, they can look away. And that was a big eye-opener to me. Especially, because I was getting into real estate, I was trying to get my name out there, but I didn't want to come off annoying. I was sensitive about that. I didn't want to be the guy that's always posting about their business. But now I am that guy, because I don't care either. And I'm trying to feed my family, and I'm trying to build a business. So if people don't like it, they can look away. But I think for the most part, I've gotten really positive feedback about my posts. People like seeing what houses and what communities are opening up and available, and what deals and promotions I'm offering. So
little things, because again, I know a million realtors, and some of them are very successful.
Mm-hmm.
But there are, and I have friends that are very successful, and but I see a dip. So there's a few small things, whether this is good or bad. I take them as good, but one, you're always kind of dressed normal.
Yeah.
So you see these
yeah.
pictures at dinner or whatever, or even at, it looks like you're signing the title and stuff like that.
Right.
Like always dressed normal.
Yeah.
And I don't take it as, like, I don't feel, when I see your post or whatever, that this dude's just trying to throw this in my face or flaunt this, whatever. And I do have one other friend in particular in mind, who it's annoying as hell. Like, it just annoys the hell out of me. Just the way they pitch it and approach it, anyway. So for me, I absolutely get all the value from the little things that I notice and how you market.
Yeah,
Because it's real.
It's real. Yeah.
Because it's real.
Yeah.
Like,
I ain't trying to hear now.
like I try to just obviously be a professional.
Right.
I need to know my craft. I need to make sure I'm taking care of them on the contracts and in the negotiations. And I'm very confident with all that. And I think my law school background definitely helps serve that as well. But at the same time, like, I want to be their friend, and I want to hang out and
Right, you're there for the relationship.
Yeah.
You're there for them.
yeah, go to dinner with them after, take them to play golf after, take them to a jazz game, whatever it is. I'm trying to build friendships, lifelong friendships with my clients, so that they'll keep coming back to me, on their next purchase, and refer their friends and family. But at the same time, not be so casual that, he didn't do a good job. Like,
Yeah.
He's not answering my calls.
Yeah.
I always answer calls, respond to text messages. I'm on the ball.
I think that's great as well, and this may be a generalization on my part, but that's one reason why I hate trying to do business with family or close friends, is because sometimes I feel like it's they can hang tight.
They take their foot off the gas.
Yeah, and if we're in business, we're in business, and
Right.
so I think that's super valuable. To the last 2 points. So to the haters, which we talked about a lot, and some feedback that my wife gave me on like posts, because I'm always in the beginning, especially the whole Team Flex stuff. I was just like, everybody, I don't care what you guys want. Like, this is what, but I don't have negative comments or anything like that anymore. At least I don't feel like I do, and so that anger or that passion isn't necessarily there for me. And so her feedback to me was like, why does it have to be F the world? Like, why can't it be, because I've been blessed with people I've been connected with that have helped me, right? So why can't it be more of that? So the last 2 points, you can talk a little bit more about those naysayers and maybe some of the process of working through and gaining some of that confidence. And then the last thing that we always talk about, which goes to this, the t-shirt comes with the arms as well. But to that, our slogan, our motto is take it. We take a lot from Gary Vee and other influencers, but take action. So there's a lot of decisions that you've discussed tonight where there's a lot of factors involved. You had to decide on something. So one, kind of your process in gaining that confidence, and then two, like, advice that what you did to take action, and maybe advice that can benefit someone else who's looking to go to school, looking to start their business, looking to take on a new role within their company or whatever.
Yeah. So basically what I already said, that story about my friend Mark Mulford kind of opened my eyes to, what, I am trying to feed a family. And that's what's most important. Like, is it more important that my boys have food in their mouth and shelter over their head, or that I feel like I didn't offend anyone? Obviously, family first, right? And I think there's a way that you can, advertise yourself and establish your brand without coming off annoying as well. And I don't feel like my posts are annoying.
Right, and that's where that whole, like, real authenticity comes into play, is that the people that you're building these relationships with, eventually friendships with, know that.
Right.
Comfortable.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to, like, come off like a used car salesman in any of my posts. Most of my posts are just pictures of me and my clients going to dinner, or signing the paperwork at closing, or me helping them move, or us doing something fun. and then I'll write a little message and write my name and number and make sure I put, if anyone's looking to buy or sell, hit me up. So it just came down to that decision, really. Do I care enough about my family not to worry about what people might think about me or say about me behind my back? And I don't think anyone is like thinking or saying anything negative anyway. So really it was just in my own mind. And then to touch on
taking action,
the slogan,
want it
like you say you do. I've actually always loved that slogan ever since I started watching the T-Flex videos, because I would always say to my wife, oh, I want to be bigger, or oh, I want to be ripped, oh, I want a six pack, but I'm not willing to put in the work, or I'll go for a while and then I'll kind of just fade out in my training or in my diet. So I think it's a really cool slogan. Like we always talk about the things that we want. Like we want a nice house, we want a nice car, we want to be able to go to, on trips with our family. We want to be financially secure. But it's not enough just to, say it. You've got to execute. You got to go out there and do it. And that's what I've done. I went out and did it. I went and got licensed. I started talking to people. I started building relationships. I started posting on social media. I built myself a website. I started coming up with incentives and deals that I could offer to clients to try and separate myself. And I'm always thinking of new ways to improve myself and to build my little real estate business. And it starts with the thought, and then it starts with writing it down and having a plan, and then executing it, actually going out and doing it. So that's what the slogan means to me, and I love it.
Awesome.
Cool, dude.
Anything else?
Good.
Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate it, brother, and thanks for helping us share. And we'll include all of your information as well in our post. So
awesome.
For those who are looking to buy a house, I bet you ain't no other retailers sound as good as this guy.